Grab your cup. I want you to think of an area in your life where you're really working hard to fix something. It's an area that gives you a lot of stress and worry all the time. When you lay your head down at night, you can't stop thinking about it. Find some area in your life. It might be some relationship that you have, a romantic relationship, a relationship with someone else, and you're always trying to fix it. It might be feeling stressed and overwhelmed at work, and you keep trying to figure out, how can I do my job well and still not feel so overwhelmed, even to the point of burnout. So pick some area of your life and think about this conversation and that area. Whenever we are trying to fix something, so there's where we want something to go over there and where we are, and there's a gap between that. Whenever we're trying to fix that gap, we're coming from a fear-based place. So who we're being inside is fearful. If you're trying to fix something, you're being fearful. The way to really make a difference and to close that gap is to create. Create from a place of inspiration rather than fixing. When you're being creative, you're creating something new that wasn't there before. When you're being creative and inspired, the word inspired means in spirit, right? Inspired means I'm in spirit. I'm not up here worried and trying to fix and do and problem solve. I'm down here in my spirit, and my being is coming from creating something new, creating a new possibility. So it's coming from possibility for the future rather than fixing from the past. Does that make sense? They're very different. When you're in fixer energy, your being is locked in the past. And so your being, I hope I'm good enough. Your being, I hope this doesn't go the way that it went before. Your being, let me do something harder, more, however it's showing up for you. So it's a very fear-based, past-based energy. When you can be in love, based in love, when you're inspired, there's passion there. There's no passion when you're doing something from a fix-it fear. There's no passion. It's just worry and let me work harder. When you stand in, let me create a great relationship, and you're coming from the future based in love, not a fear of the past. Now you can be, who would I be if I was in a great relationship? Instead of trying to do and fix, who I would be is communication. That's something that makes a difference in relationships. So who I would be is open to communication. Who I would be is accepting. Who I would be is expecting great love, for example, in that example, right? Who I would be is expecting great love. That's very different than being fearful that someone's not going to love me. Very different than I'm afraid to communicate or say what I'm upset about, because in the past when I did that in other relationships or even with the same person, it wasn't well received. No, if you're inspired to have a great relationship and to be related, then you will automatically do things that support that. So really you want to look at who you are being, what inspires you in the area of your job. If you are trying to fix working too hard, trying to fix the stress and the pressure, and so who you're being is, how do I get this job done? How do I show up? How do I handle all of this? It's going to give you certain actions that keep that gap there. But if you're being, I've got this, my results speak for themselves, I know what I'm doing, I am really good at this job, then you can take a step back. You won't overwork because you already know that what you provide is what the job and your boss and your company are looking for. You already know that. So there's no fear. You just keep being that, and then you'll do all the things that will give you a great experience at your work without having to exhaust yourself. So it's looking at, who am I being? How am I inspiring myself and those around me in this area of my life? How am I creating from a place of inspiration and passion and love, rather than trying to fix, working harder, doing things in fear? If you can make that shift, that has a huge difference in whatever area of your life and in all areas of your life. It's really learning how to balance who you're being with what you're doing, and starting with who you're being first. Most of us get so locked into, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? That's your masculine energy. Your feminine energy, and we all have both. Your feminine energy is the beingness. It's your spirit, it's your passion, it's your creator energy. It's your allowing and your trusting. When you can balance those two parts of yourself, that's when you are in the most effective way to live life. That's when things are going well. That's when you feel like there's a flow. That's when you feel like, you got everything. You can make things happen in all areas of your life when you learn how to balance your being and your doing. If you've not been balancing your being and your doing, and you're stuck in overdoing, and you're stuck and worried, and you're in a fear-based place of trying to fix this relationship, my life, my health, my body, there's things you can do to get yourself more balanced and to get yourself more in the creative, inspired place. If you want to talk about that, if you want more information on that and how to do that, put chat in the comments. We would be happy to talk with you. That's a lot of what's threaded into the work that I do with my clients and the work that I've done in my own life. It doesn't just happen. It's something that you really have to focus on and use some specific tools and strategies to get there to be able to do that. But that would be a huge shift. So put chat in the comments. We'd be happy to talk with you. It's a free conversation, okay? Have a good day.